A moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Play fake here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
22 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. It's caught inside the 25. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And that is not a sight they want to see. Joe Mixon very slow to get up. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Now Bell. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has, the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
He's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. First carry for Nick Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Chubb on the counter, and that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
3rd down and 12.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep here for Landry. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he comes back with one complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now 1st quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
Do you think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And a nice carry and a 1st down for Cleveland. Nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished 2nd in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big-time knee injury while at the University of Georgia.
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And a good pickup there by Mixon, and that shows the talent that he has. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, 4th in the NFL in 2018, 9th last year. But I look for those numbers to jump back up again with the introduction of new talent in Cincinnati.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up second and 2.
On second down now, Mixon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
His throw caught right around the 6.
Hey, get in there, get what you want.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket, but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv means break character when you need to. And in the NFL, when you have those guys chasing you, sometimes you have to break character in a big way. But I love the fact that he stayed downfield, kept his eyes up, and made the play. How many rookies do that well?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
There's Jarvis Landry with a nice reception and pickup there. And when you say Pro Bowl, you better think Jarvis Landry. He's been selected to it every year since 2015. The only season he's missed is rookie year. And he is durable and tough. We talk about that all the time. How about this for an example? Hasn't missed a game in his first 6 seasons and was a 1,000-yard receiver for the 3rd time in 2019.
A big Big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice try. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that's the old bend but don't break approach. They made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Malcolm Smith there for the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Burrow's throw going to be caught by Boyd. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. Mixon with a 1st down carry. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Burrow able to find Sample. That's complete. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 1st down, Mixon. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
2-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Cincinnati.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They go play action. Mayfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Burrow looking to pass. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And that's caught inside the 30. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Bullock's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
First down, Bengals.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Rolling to his right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it'll be 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. And that'll set him back 5. The situation changes a bit now. 1st and goal from back at the 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. From 10 yards out, and the Bengals add on to their lead. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves.
And he's into the clear. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 82 yards. And the Browns get a score closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are and now they're going to fake it. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays. And
he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. And now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen down as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Ross on the return. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this...
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. He can't get him down. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 57 yards. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. They'll run on first down. Dixon. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Burrow will throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
22 yards. First down, Cincinnati.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 21.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. From 21 yards away. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready there.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Von Bell. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at about the 32. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Still going. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here's Kevin Huber now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Sean Williams. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually
and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Bengals 60, Browns 24.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Mayfield throwing complete there to Hooper.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
At their own 21.
He'll drop to throw.
Got a man open, it's Ross. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
It's 2nd and inches.
Again, it's Mixon.
And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 22 yards there, a first down. He was able to escape the pocket and get out of bounds. You like the decision-making?
I love the decision-making, and I love the execution because you just know that his eyes were darting all over the place. Now they talk about keeping your head up.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Here's Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another